So I knew it was a death metal band. That's all I was really.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, but whatever. It's not my argument.
They paid this league $40. It's $40 we didn't have. So
Yeah, there you go. What hurts me is this audio quality. Alright, they're going out for quali, but yeah, slow up a second. Go for it.
good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the next round of the CIL Formula College World Championship. Coming to you live tonight from the Dead Language German Grand Prix. Tonight's race is sponsored by the death metal band Dead Language. Dead Language is a debut death metal band based out of the upstate of South Carolina with their debut single, Mortua Lingua. You can listen to that song anywhere where songs can be streamed, Spotify, Apple Music, and all the like. My name is Nick Stockner. Now, you may know me as a driver who is usually on the oval side of things and sometimes on the roadside, also sometimes casting a little bit on here. But tonight I am doing this all by my lonesome. But we are here and we are ready to race. We have an excellent showing for you this evening. It is, to my knowledge, as the resident CIL historian, the first time we have ever driven at the Nürburgring of any kind. We have been to the Hockenheim Ring before, but this is the first time we are taking the German Grand Prix of the CIL of any kind over to the Nürburgring in the Grand Prix Strecke form. The course was opened in 1984, located in Nürburgring, Germany. The length is 3.19 miles in length with 16 turns, 3 sectors, 5 if you're in iRacing, with an elevation change of 104 feet. The top speed these cars should experience tonight is somewhere in the realm of about 180 miles per hour. This track in general has a few very technical sections. leading after very long straights. The amount of passing that you are going to see tonight is going to be minimal at best. There is very few passing zones on this track, but the first and probably the best passing zone that you're going to see tonight usually is in turn one. After the long front stretch, there is a dive down inside into the deep of turn one. This is typically where we have most of our passes made. We have a wide range of drivers tonight with in-car cameras. Hopefully we can get some there soon. We're currently riding on board with Clint Halteman under his qualifying lap. If we could get the camera on his car. We're first going to take a look at the driver cams this evening. I see a wild R. Muhammad Alif in the top left corner. In the bottom right-hand corner, I think I see what looks to be a wild Cale Davidson. And a couple other drivers throughout our field tonight, some that I really can't make out of, I think, from what I can tell. I see a wild Lucas Moody there, as well as a wild Clint Halteman. But overall tonight we have several good cars, several good drivers on cam. As we continue to ride along here with Clint Halteman, if we could continue to focus on his car, we are seeing him move through the field, just up around these corners here. Just the undulating motion of this track. It is a very nice and flowing track. If we could get an onboard here, we could actually just go through the just the utter just skill it takes as he runs through this last chicane here into the last sweeping right-hander before he's going to head out for a lap here. We're going to take you along a lap here as he gets off the corner. A little bit loosey-goosey there, but he's going to come down the main straight here, passing under the BMW sign, running straight along the line. Here he comes, heading on down into, and no, he's actually going to, looks like, no, is he going to slow down? Looking like he is going to slow down. He is going to go slow, but that is the passing zone right there. That turn one, as you can see, it actually comes out into that wide little valley right there. We're going to ride along with Aiken Lamar here and see if Aiken Lamar is actually going to put together a lap for us. He's running down the main straight now. Currently looks to be in 8th position. As he dives deep into turn one, you can see he takes turn one, he washes out wide, gets ready for turn two and turn three. This is where a defense can still be held here in a turn two, turn three complex. Then from turn three, it's going to be a sweeper into turn four, one of the many chicanes you're actually going to see on this racetrack. Standing right beside the Mercedes Tower, he runs on through into 5 and 6, another set of just left-right complexes, which really make up a lot of this track. It's just left, right, left, right, left, right. It's why I described that there's not many passing zones because a corner is often followed up by another corner. The sweeping right-hander here, this is the lowest part of the racetrack before the drivers begin to come back up the hill. So we head into another left-right section. Many people remember this is where Lewis Hamilton, IRL, in 2007, had his worst crash of his Formula One career where his throttle hung and he went straight into the wall at over 100 miles an hour. And you head on down here to the what can be considered the longest straight of the circuit tonight with this little right-hand kink right here, heading up into the final left-right complex chicane in 15 and 16. As it's very tight, very, very complex. Getting right out of it, right back on the gas. Here comes Aiken Lamar into the sweeping right-hander that's going to take these people to the start-finish line to complete the lap. The lap ends right there. That is where the lap counts on the timer. As Aiken Lamar is scored in the 19th position. Here I have Zach Lindler, beloved owner of the league of this particular league, out of Lennar Ryan University. I believe it is the 37 car. Hard to tell the car numbers on these, unlike these NASCARs. But Zach Lindler, Germanic in heritage, we seem to have disappeared. And we're looking to see if we can get it back here, going with these slight technical difficulties for you all right now. The session just ended. That is what I'm being informed. So here we go. We could get a grid. We'll tell you exactly what happened. It looks like I definitely have R. Muhammad Alif starting on the pole, and he is. R. Muhammad Alif at the Ball State University on the pole with Nicholas Daly at the UT Arlington starting in second. Bradley Skinker in third at the Ball State University with Lucas Moody at Ball State in fourth. Jake Cummings out of Wingate University in fifth with Ben Fiore out of Marist College in sixth. Athena LeClaire out of St. Clair College in seventh with Cale Davidson at the Ball State University in eighth place. We move on down the field here. I need a little bit of information here from our screen.
Fighting with something. There you go, sorry.
Just a little bit. We have Luis Diaz out of Florida International University in P9 with Cohen Evans out of IPUI in P10. Hunter Hedesti out of Clemson University in P11 with Philippe Desrosiers out of Howard Community College in P12. Clint Holtman at UNC Charlotte in P13 with Jason Willott at a Drexel University in P14. Nicholas Patinella at a Robert Morris University in P15 with Tyler Klingensmith at a Robert Morris University as well in P16. Move on further down the field here. We have Austin DeLong at a Pennsylvania College Technology in P17 with Adrian Tubakovic at a St. Clair College in P18. Ake Lamar out of Howard Community College in P19. Alexander Diamond out of Drexel in P20. Robert Kiesel Jr. out of Florida International in P21 with Zach Lindler out of Lenore Ryan in P22. Alan Hong out of St. Clair in P23. And Andrew Burrell out of the Jeff Gordon position in P24. That is the field. It's loud and proud. As we look towards an exciting race tonight, the cars, they are ready. They're revving up. Will we see it here? They're high on the revs. We have lights, and it is go here from the dead language German Grand Prix. R. Muhammad Levy gets an excellent start here in P1. 3 wide behind as we head down into turn 1 here, and they're braking heavy on the brakes. We see 3, we see 2, we see 3 wides. Can we get some view on some cars? Yes, we can. 3, 4 wide behind them. They're jockeying for position everywhere here as we have R. Muhammad Leaf staying, and Lever right now following along Lucas Moody. He's trying to hold back Athena LeClaire here in P6 with Cale Davidson in P7. That's a teammate there. Can he handle that himself? He gets out of turn 5-6 complex here. He's looking to keep P5. Up ahead is R. Muhammad Leaf in P1 with Nicholas Daly in P2. They're still jockeying for position right through the field like a bunch of hornets. We're taking a look at Luis Manuel Diaz here in P7. He is currently ahead of Cale Davidson now, but he's going to fight Athena LeClaire. Running along now with Cohen Evans out of IPUI in P10. He's got Benjamin Fiore in front of him in P9. Behind him, he's holding off Clint Holtman in P11. 20 laps here tonight. It is getting really intense here for the first lap. Here's R. Muhammad Alif continues to lead with a 1-second lead over Nick Daly in P2. Bradley Skinker in P3, just 2 seconds behind. Here comes Cohen Evans. He's going to look really intense here. He's looking alongside. Now he's going to look to a little bit to defend. We're riding alongside Cohen Evans here. He's got the overtake turned on. It's a very early overtake selection for Cohen Evans. He pulls alongside Ben Fiore. Does he have it here? Last of the late breakers? Yes, he does. He has P9, and he forces him off there. He gets a little bit squirrely there. Will he have to get the position back? Ben Fiore falls to 11th. Clint Holtman took the opportunity there. He'd get around the last corner here. We're going to follow alongside Hunter Hedesti in P15 out of Clemson University, the alumni. He's currently going to have a battle with Jason Willott and Alexander Diamond. He looks to the outside. He looks back to the inside. He's got to take a little bit of draft here. Does he look deep? He looks deep. He looks deep. We have a wreck in front. A wreck in front. Multiple cars involved. Can we get a replay? It's Clint Holtman and Benjamin Fiore. Ben Fiore does not have a front wing. He does not have a front wing. Clint Holtman doesn't have a side pod. Then he gets hit by, looks like Robert Kiesel. Alan Hong is there for some reason. I think it's because he's just slow. But everybody else is just involved. We need a replay. Can we get one? And I believe we will. Here's the replay. Ben Fiore. Oh, who was that? That looks like Philip DeRosier. He just simply sent it in like he didn't know he had a brake pedal. And the other 2 cars got involved, but Alan Hong just did the same damn thing. Holy Jesus. We're still rolling here. It's lap 2 now. Clint Holtman does not have a side pod. He has a lot of damage. It is extremely hard for Clint Holtman right now. That side pod guarantees a lot of cooling and a lot of downforce to actually manipulate the air on that car running through the laps. Without that side pod there, he is going to be suffering a lot of aero wash and a lot of aero damage. It is looking likely that he may have to retire the car. This is not going to look good for Clint Halteman's alumni championship chances. As now we ride alongside Zach Lindler, beloved owner of the league. He dumps it, and he's in the wall. He's lost the rear wing. Oh, Jesus. We're really in it now. He has dumped it in the chicane. He has no rear wing. He has no rear downforce. He's going to continue on. He elects to not pit, and we're going to get off of him now. We have Jake Cummings in P4. He is just behind Bradley Skinker. He is fighting for a podium position here in the first race here on lap 3. We're going to follow alongside him here as he gets out of turn 3 Ford complex past the Mercedes tower. As he heads down to the turn 5, turn 6 complex, takes a little bit too much curb for my liking, but he's going to keep on running here. Bradley Skinker has a mistake. He left the inside completely wide open. This is going to allow Jake Cummings to get a better run off the corner. Can he actually do it? We'll wait and see. Skinker's leaving a lot of bottom open there. He's leaving more bottom open there than your typical broad on a Thursday night. Here comes Jake Cummings. He's going to run through these corners here. He's looking like he's got a little bit of a chance. Maybe he can get a little bit of something going. He has not turned on the overtake yet. I believe it's because he's charging it. He had a little bit of opportunity there before, but right now he is charging his overtake. He is preparing quite nicely. As we look to the other side pod, it looked like it took a little bit of curving there. We heard a little bit of scraping going on, but still P4, an excellent job for him so far. As we look to a little bit behind, that's Cale Davidson, P7. Cale Davidson in P7, that's a very odd sight indeed. We're typically used to him in the podium positions. He's now going to take a battle with Athena Leclerc here at St. Clair College. They run side by side through the last corner. If we could get a little bit of focus on the cars here, and we can actually see what's going on. Here comes Cale Davidson side by side with Athena Leclerc down to the inside. He's looking for turn 1. He's looking for the pass. He made the pass before he even got to the corner. There he goes. What a move from Cale Davidson. Athena Leclerc runs wide again, probably to get position to Colin Evans. That's a 2-for-1 deal in turn 1. You never want to be on the losing end of that, but that's exactly what happened to Athena Leclerc. A 2-for-1 deal like she just went to McDonald's. Here we go past the third and fourth corners through the Mercedes tower once again. Athena Leclerc back at P. Collegiate Smith is in the gravel. What a race so far. Lots of information everywhere. We got Jason Willett, self-proclaimed Titan of the Sport in P13. What happened to him? I think he was a little bit further up the field at one point. It looks like he's lost out to Hidesty. He's lost out to Tubakovic. We're back here with Jake Cummings in P4. We're going to get a replay here at Klingensmith. If we could see one now, yes, we will. We're going to get a replay right here. What happened to Klingensmith? Oh my God, we may need a little bit more information. That looks really rough. Who is he alongside with? There's a massive net code there. He lost a tire. Net code. iRacing looked at Tyler Klingensmith. Excuse me. He looked at Tyler Klingensmith and said, "Sir, your race will no longer continue tonight." What a poor showing. Here comes Lucas Moody. He's currently in P5. He is a second behind Jake Cummings in P4. He has a 1 second advantage over his teammate, Cale Davidson in Ball State. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you look to your tower right there, you'll see in the top 6 positions, 4 of them is taken over by Ball State. I just have to ask, since when is there a state called Ball? Other than that, we have P8 now. Jake Cummings, he was in 4th. What happened to him? That is a big fall. We're going to take a look at a replay here. We're going to definitely need to see what happened. And Jake Cummings dumped it. He let the rear go. He spun it round, right round, like Flow Right In, that song from 2008. Here he goes. He's going to take it right back as we were looking to get a little bit of focus here on the cars. And Jake Cummings, he is going to have to recover that. He's got 15 laps to do it. I believe in the man, but that was a poor showing there. He just let the rear go. A lapse of judgment from a very experienced driver in our series. But as we turn back to Hunter Hidesty in P11, he's currently battling with Philippe de Rosier. This is the battle for race 2 pole position because of the inverse grid. Hunter Hidesti is doing everything that he can right now. He does not have overtake available because he is charging it. But Hunter Hidesti, he knows exactly what to do. He's got that special paint scheme on the car. He's fighting for Clemson University. He's fighting for that alumni position. Look at the way he takes those curves. The man is on a mission. He's looking for P10. Can he get it done? He's only 6/10 behind. Maybe he could use a little bit of overtake here as we get off the stretch. But Hunter Hidesti's going to have to take a good run for it here. And it's looking sort of likely, sort of not. We're back up to Jake Cummings, who has just made a pass on Adina Leclerc for P7. Cummings said, I may have made a mistake, but I'm back on the prowl. Don't you worry about me. And that's exactly what he's doing tonight. Look at him go. He's back up to P7. Good lad. As we take a look here at the lead on Muhammad Alif, he is continuing to absolutely dominate. Stu, it's been the same script now for the last 4 or 5 weeks at this point. He's just been too good at driving these cars. He's got a 5-second lead over Nick Daly out of UT of Arlington. It's glad to see Nick Daly here, a seasoned veteran of the CIL sport. He has been a great driver to race against in my career for quite some time. It's glad to see him back out here once again tonight, doing his thing, running in P2, an excellent position for him to be in. As we take a look through the field, Cale Davidson still in P5. I just have to ask for Cale. This is unfamiliar territory. He's usually in P2, but he's in P5 tonight. But I just have to say for Nick Daly, he is the only car that does not belong to the state of Ball that's in the top 5. To him, I say good show, sir. To the rest, I say, still, where is the state of Ball? I have to know. We're running through the field here. We've got Cale Davidson. He's got the special paint scheme on the helmet to resemble his sister. He's running down here into turn 1. He's got the hi mom on the halo. Hello, Cale Davidson's mother. Here he runs through turn 2 and a turn 3 complex, running behind Lucas Moody. His gap to him right now is only 0.3 of a second, but he has to be extremely quick and extremely precise because Cohen Evans is only 0.4 of a second behind. Now, to the people at home, I understand you may be concerned about what's going on with that interval right there, and I just have to let you know that it is not a gap to the leader for each person, like, say, Patinella in 14th. It's not 2.8 seconds behind R. Muhammad Ali. He's 3.1 seconds behind Jason Wallen in 13th. That is how you read that scoreboard. To the race at hand. Cale Davidson in P5 right now. He is running a very precise race. He has climbed through the field. He has overtake available according to his computer. But can he use it, or will he choose to use it? Because that is a teammate ahead in the form of Lucas Moody. Lucas Moody, who had a little bit of an adventurous race in the race earlier this week in the CIL Cup Series at the Roval, is racing here tonight, currently in P4. He'd like to have a podium, but he's 2 seconds off that. And Cale Davidson, he could be into an agreement right now that he may be a little bit held up, if you will. The fastest lap has just been claimed again by R. Muhammad Ali for the 1:36.1. The man simply cannot be stopped. Let's jump on to Skinker now. As we're taking a look at him, he's currently in P3. He's enjoying the podium position. For Bradley Skinker, the podium is where he belongs. He simply has a lot of talent racing in this league. He knows exactly what he has to do right now. He's 5 seconds away from P2, but that doesn't really matter. He's maintaining his gap over Lucas Moody in P4, and it looks like Cohen Evans has just made a pass on Cale Davidson. Cohen Evans up to P5. I wonder how that happened. Lord ever knows. But he has pulled through over Cale Davidson. He has broken the Great Wall of Ball. And now he's up in the P5. He's looking to take over Lucas Moody for P4. Maybe he's got it. Maybe he doesn't. If we could get a replay of the pass, I'd sure like to have it. But, you know, right now we're just going to go through what we've got right now. As we take a look through the field, it looks like the battle for 10th is getting more and more intense on the rise. Philip DeRosier, he's only 0.5 of a second behind Luis Diaz looking for 9th. If I was DeRosier, I would enjoy where I'm sitting right now, and I tell you why. Yes, you're only going to get 1 point in the overall compared to the 2 you would get if you passed Luis Diaz. But you, sir, in 12 laps, you'll be on reverse grid pole. So I ask you, sir, do you want the opportunity to get clean air, or do you want 2 points instead of 1? Make sure of your decision before you hunt down P9. But, sir, I will respect your decision, whatever you so choose. As we move through the field now, I'd like to take a look at what seems to be Luis Diaz. How is he coping in P9, knowing he has the hounding of Philippe de Rosier behind him? He's in P9 right now, the man from Florida International University. Previous lap of 1:37.8. He is doing excellent this evening, as per usual. We missed him at the Homestead race due to a suspension, but he is back here tonight, ready to race. Absolutely killing it out there in P9. Just cutting through this corner. Took a little bit more curve than I'd like. But, you know, he's continuing to drive, you know, in an excellent fashion. Continuing his position up here in P9. As we're just right now going through the motions. I'd like to focus back on P5 as we got Cohen Evans, who's just 0.3 of a second behind Lucas Moody. This is the battle for the ages right now. We're going to see Cohen Evans in his element. The man has been around since the debut season of the CIL. He's been a student the entire time. I just have to ask, how's college going, buddy? But he is moving through the field, doing an excellent job. Let's see the man in the element attack Lucas Moody. An excellent set of corners there. Oh, he got a little bit loose. He has overtake available. Use it, good man. Use it. He elects not to take my advice. He's going to use the draft that he's going to get here. He's going to get the toe. Will he step out? He looks to. Not enough this time around. Did he scare him? Not slightly. Cohen Evans is going to have to settle for another lap behind Lucas Moody and settle for the outwash. But Cohen Evans can see a podium in his sights. That's Bradley Skinker up there in P3, by the way. They're coupled together in a 1.6 second gap right there as they run past the Mercedes Tower once again. Cohen Evans is looking to maybe pounce for P4, possibly pounce for P3. It is an excellent opportunity there for him. As right now, from what I can tell, we may have 16 to 17, maybe even 18 cars still racing. Everybody else has retired from the race. I believe my number is 19, if my math serves me right. Cohen Evans, running hard. Will he use his overtake this time? Lord will only know. He is going through the motions now. He did use it because he's charging. So he did use a little bit of overtake. That cheeky lad. As now we run through the long back straight with the kink. Will he step out? Will he lunge? Blast the play breaker? No! Lucas Moody closes the door. He closed the door, as now he looks to the inside. Will he take a lunge here? It's a very advantageous position. It's going to the passing zone, but Cohen Evans slides it right in there. Oh, he's got them side by side. It's going to be a drag race. Who's got the more power in the turbo inline fours? They run side by side down to turn 1. This is excellent racing here on lap 11 out of 20. We can't even see the cars. Here comes Cohen Evans. He's up in the P4. Look at that man drive. He is doing absolute wonders right now, breaking down each brick of the great wall of ball. And now he's got his sights set on third. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. We're back to talking. As now we take a look at the battle for, now it looks like it's a battle for all the way up to even third if you take a look at it. But Cale Davidson back at 6th right now. Now he may be getting a little bit antsy. We're going to take a look at Nicholas Patinel, and now we're going to take a look back at Lucas Moody. If I was Lucas Moody right now, I'm just thinking about what can I do. I've lost 4th. I don't really have an inkling of idea can I get to 3rd, because I've got to get back around Cohen Evans, and I've got my teammate hounding me behind, who's only 0.4 of a second behind, who just took a little bit more curve than I would like to. But, you know, we're doing it live. Cale Davidson has an opportunity, or he may have an opportunity. Who really knows right now? Ball State could be playing a little bit of team game, but that's neither here nor there. As we take a look through the field, it looks like DeRosier's losing it. Hunter Destiny has just made a pass for P10, and DeRosier spun! He's spun! If we could get a replay, he's back in the P12, back in the P13. We're going to get a replay right here now. We have one ready for you. Philippe DeRosier. Oh. He just sent it in a little bit too hard there, bud. And everybody had to get around and he ran backwards on the track. I wouldn't do that, buddy. The stewards won't like that. Stewards haven't really given too many decisions tonight, at least not many decisions that I can tell from my screen. But Philippe DeRosier has entered the pit lane. He's maybe getting a change of tires. Is he, taking a... Lucas Moody's in the grass. He's in the grass and the gravel. He's cutting grass with that lawnmower. He's back at P7. Replay is ready. We're going to take a look at it. What did Lucas Moody do? He was already in the gravel by that point. We're going to take a look back here. What happened? And he outbraked himself. You saw the wiggle there. He didn't want to spin it. He just thought he cut some grass. Lawnmower services here for free are not very often requested, but they definitely are accepted. They just won't pay you back in return, Lucas, but it's okay. It did get passed by Athena Leclerc as well, as Athena came to the inside of you right there and took P7. Now we can go back live. We're looking at Lucas Moody. His confidence may be a little bit shattered, maybe a little bit broken. We got Luis Diaz right behind him in P9. Now, Luis Diaz is an often aggressive racer. He is well known for putting his car in places where you wouldn't think you'd put a car, but he put it there anyway because he's Luis Diaz, and he's going to take the position. Can he do it again tonight against Lucas Moody? My money's on he will, but we really got to watch him work. As we're going to go straight to Cohen Evans instead in P4. He's battling against Bradley Skinker for third right now. This is a battle for a podium position here, people. A podium position. It's 0.3 of a second separating Cohen Evans and Bradley Skinker. Just think, a CIL podium in FC that only had one Ball State car. Now, granted, that Ball State car is Ar Muhammad Alif, so, nothing really new. But just think about that. 2 other colleges got podium positions. That's just simply out of this world. But, it will only occur if Bradley Skinker can make this happen. He's got a lap car in the form of Alan Hong, who's going to have to give way. Alan Hong kind of gives way, kind of makes me scared, kind of makes me have to get a change of underwear. But we're still rolling anyways. Looks like Cohen Evans got a little bit shaken up from that because his gap fell from 0.4 to 0.8 of a second. That leaves Cale Davidson back in there. Ar Muhammad Ali continues to smash the fastest lap board. He's down to 1:35.7. Can you slow down, good sir? You're simply just too good. As we're going to go through the last set of corners here, can Cohen Evans use a little bit of overtake? He's got 6 laps to do it. He's not actually. He's charging right now. He's not using his overtake. He's charging. But he dives deep. He may have tried to scare Bradley Skinker. Is Bradley Skinker going to be swayed? No, he is not, because Bradley Skinker is a man of steel. And he's going to continue to roll here in P3. The man is simply unfazed. Good show, sir. And Lucas Moody, I believe I have been informed that he is pitted. It looks like he doesn't have a front wheel. We'd love to get a replay. We don't know what caused it. We'd love a replay if we could have it. He doesn't have a front wing. The man is simply done for this race. He had a really good show. I'm being told we have a replay. Let's take a look at this live. We're looking at Lucas Moody. And some contact with Louis. Holy Jesus! The car is upside down. Luis Diaz has been hurt. As you can tell, we got to get a look at the Luis Diaz perspective of that, because I believe he put the car in a bit of an unfortunate position, just like I said he would. Because you know what? I'm a little bit of a predictor. As And now you simply don't put two cars there. I've never been a fan of two cars in that chicane, but he did it anyway. I applaud the man for trying, but he doesn't have a side pod, and he also tried to rejoin in a bit of a precarious position. Cohen Evans now, he's just taken P3. He is now going to drag race alongside Bradley Skinker. The battle of inline fours. Who's got a little bit more horsepower? Who's got a little bit more turbo lag? Who knows? Lots of the late breakers down here in turn one if we can get a little bit of focus on the cars. Cohen Evans uses his Honda power. He has taken the podium position from Bradley Skinker, everybody. That's right. You're looking at a Formula College provisional podium that has only one Ball State car. It's the first time in weeks. We're still running through the levels we've got here right now as I'm looking through the field. Self-proclaimed titan of the sport, Jason Wallet. He's in P9. How did he get in the points positions? It's simply the battle of attrition, but we're glad he's in P9. Representing the Clemson faithful and Hunter Adesti, he's in P8. Look at the man roll. And then he got Athena Leclerc in P7, Jake Cummings in P6, doing an excellent pace. We got 5 cars in a blanket with one another. Everyone's within a second of each other, all the way back to the 4 cars. My bad, 4 cars. You got Cohen Evans in P3, Bradley Skinker in P4, Caleb Davis in P5, and Jake Cummings in P6. They're all within 2 seconds of each other. They're all just running like a little bit of a gaggle here. If we had DRS, you'd call this a DRS train. But they're running nice and smooth right now. Nice and smooth indeed. As we got Jay Cummings here, he's in P6. Now in the back of the DRS train, you got 2 options. You can either disrupt the flow and go for it, or you can ride along and hope someone else does. But Jay Cummings, he's got a little bit of balls of steel in that car. He's going to go for it himself. He dives deep last to the late breakers. Look at the cars. Here he goes, P5. He did it. He has secured the position. Cale Davidson's having a bit of an off night down there in P6. I wonder what's going on with Cale Davidson right there. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mrs. Davidson. But, you know, we're looking through the field right now. He's currently in P6. We're running past the Mercedes Tower right here right now. We're going into the side-by-side chicane, a little swoop in here in the turn 5 and turn 6 chicane. Funny, turn 5, turn 6 with P5 and P6. But, you know, we're running through right now. We're looking up the field. Cohen Evans, what can he do to defend this train? If I'm Cohen Evans, I don't know how much overtake he has. He's not using it, but Bradley Skinker is. And I can see that bar. Bradley Skinker does not have a lot of overtake left. So you have to really consider for a second, just exactly, is he using all of it too soon? You have to realize, Bradley, you've got 5 laps left, buddy. You can't just simply use all of it now. But Bradley Skinker does not care. Actually, no, he's going to turn it off. He's going to turn it off right here, right now. He's going to save the rest for the end. Good show, sir. Way to use a little bit of some strategy now. I like the move you just pulled off there. Cohen Evans, P3. He is defending like a lion by simply having pace. The man is on a mission. He's looking to have the podium position. He's got some lap traffic. In fact, if we go up to R. Muhammad Alif now, he's got some lap traffic that he's going to deal with here in a little bit. It looks like we got Andrew Burrell, who has spun. He is going to be coming up real soon for the man, and he pulled to the side. He's in the pits. 15 cars is all that is left out on the track as of current right now. We've got Bradley Skinker here in P4. He's losing a little bit of touch with looks to be P3. But Jay Cummings is a man that simply will not be denied. He wants to cut through this field position by position. And I wholeheartedly respect it. Oh my goodness! The man simply used a lot of late braking there, or it was simply Bradley Skinker braking too early. Who really knows? All I know is if I'm Jay Cummings, I need new underwear and I need to focus on his car. But here he comes through the field, side to side, going through the undulations of this track. He's been a little bit shaken, but not stirred, as now he's looking to continue his aggression towards P4. As right now, we have a battle going on for reverse grid pole. Nicholas Patinella versus Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz, he doesn't have a side pod on that left side. You have to imagine. He's suffering a lot of damage. He's suffering a lot of aero wash. He's lost a lot of downforce on that left side, so the car has an inverse proportion of the weight. On Jake Cummings, focus on the cars. He's now up into P4. Last of the late breakers. What a man in the moment. An excellent move there from Jake Cummings. P3 is now settling on your sights, good sir. Bradley Skinker, what's a man to do? He's back in P5. You got your teammate and Cale Davidson back in P6. We've lamented tonight on Cale Davidson's bit of an off night in P6 in all honesty, but that is more of a compliment than a negative to Cale Davidson to say that P6 is an off night. Sir, you simply are too good at this league. But our Muhammad Alif, he's sitting in P1 right now. He's 14 seconds ahead with 3 laps to go. The man is simply enjoying his day. He's having a bit of a Sunday drive, if you will. You got Nick Daly, who's 14 seconds behind him, and then Colin Evans, who's 13 seconds behind him, but is now enjoying a 1.7 second advantage over Jake Cummings, who has to decide, is it worth it to go aggressive and try to get P3? He's currently running along his current lap right now, and it looks like he is charging up that overtake. According to his light, if we could actually get a little bit of an onboard there, we can see exactly what he's doing. He is charging it up right now. He's charging up his overtake. He is considering his moves. He's losing a little bit of ground. He just at a 136.9, which is a bit slow to be pulling off the move to try and go and get Cohen Evans. Which, if I'm Jake Cummings, I'll take the P4 considering I was at 9th at one point. He's clawed his way back up. Nicholas Patinella right now down there in P10. He is going to have the reverse grid pole if nothing bad happens to him. He's got Luis Diaz, who has got a little bit of aero damage, so he is not considered threat material. As you can see there, look at all the floor damage on Luis Diaz's car. The inverse proportion of the aero load on the car on the left side means that simply that car does not have the downforce. It does not have the grip on the left wheels, which for those at home that don't really know the physics of what that means, it means if the left side does not have a lot of load, turning to the right is incredibly difficult. These kinds of cars, load on the opposite side guides your corner. Just think about that. So right now with Bradley Skinker, he's turning to the right. A lot of his load is on the left side of that car, on where that arrow is on the left side. That's taking more of the load for that kind of a corner. Our Muhammad Alif has just taken the final lap. We're going to ride along with him here, and we're going to just go through the motions here. And we're going to focus right now on Cale Davidson in P6 from the overtake battle. He's got overtake on. Ready for his final lap. Will he dive in? Lord only knows. He dives into the corner deep. Does he have it? Focus on the cars. He does. Yes, sir. Cale Davidson, what a pass. P5. Excellent job, sir. Bradley Skinker back in P6. That's an unfortunate position for him, for Skinker. He was in the podium position. He's more than likely going to have to settle for 6 unless he wants to use a little bit of overtake. Can we focus back on our Muhammad Alif? Can we walk him home? He runs through the back stretch now. Our Muhammad Alif, he has dominated from lights out. He's led every single lap. The man has, quite frankly, walked the dog, if you will, of this first race. And he has enjoyed his momentum. He runs through the last chicane here, heading into the final corner with the Lewis Hamilton helmet paint scheme to boot. The man gave a Hamilton-style performance. Winner of race 1 of the Dead Language German Grand Prix, our Muhammad Alif, with fastest lap to boot, a 1:34.9. Nicholas Daly's going to come across the line to take P2, and there he goes. He has the alumni win for this race. Last podium position, it's up for grabs. Colin Evans looks like he wants to be first taker here. He comes through the last corner, out of the last turn, and Cohen Evans has P3. Jake Cummings has P4. And Bradley Skinker, I know that's Cale Davidson with P5. And Bradley Skinker with P6. We're now going to follow along with Athena Leclerc coming home for P7. An excellent showing for a car that was involved around a lot of trauma today, but kept their car clean. Here comes Hunter Hidesti, the pride of Clemson University. He's going to come around the final corner to take P8. Self-proclaimed titan of the sport, Jason Wallet, in P9. Look at him roll. And here is the man you've been waiting for. He is going to have reverse grid pole. It's Nicholas Patinella taking home the final points paying position in P10. It looked like we had a little bit of an incident there in the final corner. We need to take a look at what happened there. It looks like we got a car that's slow. I heard some crashing. It looked like Aiken Lamar and Tubakovic. If we could take a look at what happened there, because they're both just sitting there. What is to occur? Can we get a replay or something? Because we had a little bit of an incident there. And I'm still looking at the. There's Aiken Lamar. What happened? We got a car without a wheel, and I don't really think we're going to see what happened there. There's Adrian Tubakovic. We're not going to get a full look at what happened there. But Adrian Tubakovic doesn't have a wheel. Can he get it righted? Man, it's a good faith effort, but you're going to finish P14, bud. Just get the car rolling. And he DQ'd. Well, that is the first race. We're looking to hopefully get Jake Cummings and R. Muhammad Alif in here for maybe a one-question interview. And hopefully we can get R. Muhammad Alif in here, but we definitely have Jake Cummings here. Mr. Cummings, an excellent race from you. A little bit of a mistake, but way the claw back. Good sir. P4, talk me through it.
Yeah, man, that was rough, honestly. That did a number on my arms for sure. It was good though. I had lowered the brake bias because I was just front locking so much, and that rear lock in the turn one caught me by surprise for sure. But yeah, I didn't think I had the pace to claw it back and then even pass them. It's deceptively tricky to pass in these cars. You have to really set up your moves right and use overtake at the right time. So it's kind of like knowing, oh, they're not going to be able to use overtake here at this straight, so I'm going to use it now. And as long as you get the run, you're able to do it. But yeah, man, that's I'm wore out after that, but it was good. It was good.
Well, Jake, it's been excellent to have you race with us so far, sir. You're going to start the second race, I believe, in P7. Talk me through a little bit of that strategy. You've got a couple more cars to pass to get back to the position where you finished in race one.
I don't think I've had a clean lap one of race two here at all this season. I think I've been involved in 2 wrecks and didn't show up 1 week, so I have no idea. But we're about to find out, I guess. Got the starts figured out at least. So yeah, just hoping to have some fun for sure and enjoy ourselves, not wreck, and have another fun race for sure.
Well, sir, I wish you the best of luck personally. Bring it home for the old alumni. We'd love to have an alumni overall winner, but good luck to you in race two, and hopefully we'll be having a conversation here after the race.
Yep, see you. Have a good night.
And that was Jake Cummings. So now I look to think about my thoughts of race one, and quite frankly, I don't really have all of the notes that I think I could have for this race. The best thing that I can say is this track delivers. And we definitely had a good amount of deliverance out of this race to start. a lot of action in the early going, but then it sort of settled its way out. We did have some passing here, we had some passing there. But overall, it is safe to assume that we had a lot of action throughout this field. Now, it's a shame we couldn't have a conversation with R. Muhammad Leaf. I do enjoy talking to that man typically after his wins, but I could only assume from his point of view that he had quite the race, at least from his perspective, because he simply didn't have to worry about nobody. He drove out there from start to finish. Same thing with Nick Daly in P2. It would have been nice to have a little bit of a conversation with him, but hopefully we could have a conversation after the race. They've got a more interesting task at hand for them coming up because they've got to start P9 and P10, and they've got to deal with all of the flack of that. But overall, it is a very. We would like to get a little bit of. We're going to go through the results here now, and just talk about each driver for just for a short little anecdote of what happened tonight. As I do not believe that is the results there, sir. But if we could get a good results screen, we could take a look here. Not looking likely is what I'm being told right now. So all I can say is we um let me recollect my thoughts here. My general thought is for these drivers, lap 1 was clean, but then every lap after that was intense. I'm surprised that we got through turn 1 as clean as we did, personally. But we did. We made it through. We had a few incidents here and a few incidents there. A couple cars spin. I didn't really see what the penalties were, but I can only assume that there were a couple here. I would be surprised if there was no penalty in the Luis Diaz versus Lucas Moody incident, because two cars do not fit in that last chicane. Now, if I was stewarding, I don't know exactly what to determine that as, but somebody's probably going to be at fault for that incident. We got cars lining back up here on the grid. If we could get a grid here real quick, we could get through the starting results for race 2. And that's the starting grid for race 1, but we will take a look at the front row. It is going to be for the front row is going to be Nicholas Patinella and then Jason Wallen. After that is Hunter Adesti, Nathaniel Leclerc, Bradley Skinker, Cale Davidson, Jake Cummings, Cohen Evans, Nicholas Daly, R. Muhammad Alif. The rest was where they finished. The cars are go! Cars start going. Cars did not. Jake Cummings stalled at the line. There's another car in the grass. We've got cars going 3. They're diving in deep. That's Jason Bowen tied to the sport. He's looking to take the lead. Did he take the lead? We're going through the turn 2, turn 3 complex here. He's fighting alongside Nicholas Patinel. We got a car spinning that looks to be Alexander Diamond. We're still side by side with the titan of the sport, but no, there's Nicholas Patinel. He takes the lead. Here comes Cale Davidson around for P2. Can he take it here? He drag races down. Yes, he does. Cale Davidson to P2. He's got Nicholas Patinel. Nick Daly turns around. Holy Jesus. That looked like Nathaniel Leclerc. The titan of the sport is in the gravel. We need a replay. Something happened. Lots of cars. That's Colin Evans slow. No, not Colin Evans. Not my boy. No. We need a replay. Where is everybody? I mean, we got Nathaniel Leclerc slow. Jason Wallen was slow. We had cars without a front wing. There's Nick Daly. He's running alongside Armand and Leap. There's Luis Diaz in P7. I mean, golly. What on earth happened there for turn 1, lap 1? I mean, holy mother. We got Cale Davidson. He's in the lead. We got cars breaking down there. Oh, that's Nick Daly. What a move over Adrian Tubakovic. The man simply will not be denied. He wants to get back up to R. Muhammad Ali as fast as he can. We're going side by side in the last corner. These men have balls of steel. There's Bradley Skinker in P8, Jake Cummings in P7, Adrian Tubakovic at P6, and Luis Diaz at P5. Nick Daly over there at P4. But Nicholas Patinel's already lost out to R. Muhammad Ali. All it took was one lap. They dive deep into turn one. That's Jake Cummings. What a man with a moment, with emotion. He did it. And oh, we got cars spinning, cars around Adrian Tubakovic. He's hitting somebody. Oh, there's another car. Holy Jesus Christ. We got multiple cars involved. Cars without fenders. That's Bradley Skinker. No! Skinker. He was in P5 of the race one. Adrian Tubakovic doesn't have a front wing. We got another car around in Alexander Diamond. Everybody just simply can't keep their car straight. What is happening? We still need a replay from lap one. Let me collect myself. We got Cale Davidson. He's in the lead. We're going to go live with Nick Daly. He's at B4. Nick Daly has to find a way around Nicholas Patinella. The man is just simply putting on a block show. He put the Great Wall of China on the rear end, and he's simply going to tell you to not get around them. Oh, he's going to take it to the inside. He's going to block to the inside. Who's last of the late breakers? Oh, Nick Daly got around him like a flying missile. Here comes Jake Cummings. He's up in the P5. Can he get P4? He's going to beat Nicholas Patinella. Holy Jesus, man, I'm almost out of breath. We got Cale Davidson. He's currently in P1. He's got R. Muhammad Ali sniffing on him like a hound dog. He's going to go diving deep into the corner here. Can he do something about it? Yes, he will. Can Cale Davidson switch back? No, Cale. Fight the man. Give him your best shot. Nicholas Patinella around. He couldn't keep it straight. He's going to lose all those positions. He's cutting grass like a lawnmower. Here's Lucas Moody up there in P8. You got, I believe that Austin DeLong. Where did he come from? He's in P7. You got Philippe de Rosier. He's in P6. You got Luis Diaz. He's in P5. You got all these cars that just simply weren't there. Holy mackerel. It is exciting up here in the booth. I don't need a minute, man. I'm all good. Oh, what a way to enjoy some racing. I'll tell you that much for free. R. Muhammad Ali, he's taking the lead. He's got Cale Davidson chasing him 0.7 of a second behind. Nick Daly in P3, 1.4 seconds back. Then Jake Cummings, 1.3 seconds back to him in P4. We're watching the battle for P7. Austin DeLong versus Lucas Moody. Lucas Moody has the overtake turned on. Fighting along the kink in the backstretch. Dives it in deep. He looks for the pass. He's going to make it down. Oh, come on! That's Robert Kiesel! Oh, my goodness! The Polish Rocket! What on earth happened to him? We're going to need a replay of that. I still need a replay of lap one. The man... What on earth happened here? Let's look at Kiesel. He's coming through the backstretch, through the kink, and, sir, did you forget you had a brake pedal? He just simply dove it in deep. He dove it in the corner. He hit the curbing. He popped the corner up. The man got airtime in a Formula car. That's not allowed. He's going to take it down pit lane. He's probably got some suspension damage. That's been... I have been told I finally have my replays of lap one. And I just need to see what on earth happened here because, my God, this cars just did not get going and other cars that did, but it was just a wild turn of events. We're going to take a look down deep into one here. Everybody looked to get away clean. Where did the carnage start is the question. I'm trying to remember. There we got cars around. What happened there? We're still looking at Clint Halteman for some reason. We're looking through here. We got it looks to be a few cars that just made it through. There's another car that went around up there ahead. Hunter Hidesti, his point of view may be a little bit more insightful. He gypped the start. He went straight to the grass, started to do a little bit of lawn mowing for us up here in Nürburgring. But he took the outside, trying to play it safe. Definitely did. Good job there, sir. Gets through the next set of... Oh, he took it a little bit wide there. There's a car around. I believe that was Alexander Diamond. That may have just been a self-spin. It was a self-spin. There's Diamond. He's getting back to it. Now you got Hidesti through here. He's letting Lindler by. Now he's letting Halteman by. Does he have any more information for us? We need to know what happens up here because we got cars around up near the front of the field. That's where we could get a lot of information as to what happened if we just simply take a look at the front of the field. But he got through it there. Lindler, he's currently in P24. I need to look at. Let's look at that one more time. We need to exactly dissect what happened here to lead him to. It looks like your rage quit. And Lindler, buddy, I really don't know what to tell you there. You lunged forward in the middle of the corner and didn't really maintain gap. And overall, that's just that was just a poor corner there for you, buddy. I'm really sorry to hear that. Aiken Lamar, there's 3 cars that went around. Aiken Lamar involved there. Oh, Aiken Lamar didn't have a tire anymore. No wonder he's out of the race. There's a few more there. I simply don't know what to say about lap 1. I don't think I'm going to get a proper amount of replay. This is a replay of lap 2 now, but I don't think I'm going to get a proper amount of replays for the people at home about what happened in lap 1. I just simply don't have enough of a good spot. I'd like to know what happened like Jason Wallet and those people, because they're obviously not fighting amongst the front. If we could focus on Jason Wallet here, please. If we could focus on Jason Wallet. Let's take a look at him. He's running through the first couple of corners here. He was fighting for the lead. Something happened to him around this time. He was fighting through. Cale Davidson got alongside of him. And we're still jockeying for position. We're still dealing with the hornet's nest of cars. And then... Oh, Daly hit Leclerc. Daly hit Tubakovic. Or Leclerc. No, Daly hit Leclerc. Leclerc hit Wallet. That's what happened there. Holy moly. Daly, my boy, you're fighting in P3 right now, but I definitely know there's a penalty coming your way for that incident. So he's got to find a way to get through that now. The fact that he's dealing with that severance behind. Back to lap 6, everybody. We're sorry for the delays. I'm trying to look through those replays because a lot of things happened. Didn't really know how to call it. And we're running through the last corner here now. Nick Daly is struggling through. He's currently in P3. We know he's got a penalty coming, so that probably means Jake Cummings is currently sitting in the catbird seat to finish with a podium position right now. But of course he would like to do it outright. And just rolling through the field here, if we got Ben Fiore in P9 out of Marist College. Fiore is a driver that does not always have the best of luck. He has found ways before to be involved in incidents not under his own doing. But tonight has found some luck. He's in a points-paying position right now. He's currently in P9. He's enjoying it while it lasts. Good show, sir. You are up into P9. We love it for you, buddy. Philippe de Rosier. We're looking for him. He's currently in P6. Philippe de Rosier. An excellent job for him running in P6. Another man that sometimes he's involved in an incident, other times he just simply didn't have the pace that day. But the man comes out every week looking to race, looking to have a good time, and the man delivers. And right now he's currently in P6. He's enjoying a good points-paying run. If he can keep it to the end, I'd say good show, sir. Continuing to run through the field here of this dead language German Grand Prix. The battle for the last points paying position is getting a little bit tight. It's getting between two Clemson University alumni teammates. We've got Andrew Burrow and Hunter Hidesti. Two men that know each other well, are good friends in real life. They're going to do battle. The gap is only 0.7 of a second for Andrew Burrow. Luck has been hard to come by for him this season. Simply put, he just does not find ways to get out of to have other people not get in his way. In better words, people wreck him a lot. But right now he's in P11. He is doing very well. We've got Nick Daly on board now. He's within 0.3 of a second of Cale Davidson. This is the battle for second place. Now Nick Daly, he's charging up overtake. He does not currently have it available to him. It looks like, at least from what I'm looking at above, that's Cale Davidson who maybe turned on the overtake, because the man, quite frankly, just turned on the boosters and got out of that corner in a hurry. He's got a lot of power in that Ball State car, if we can focus on the cars here. He's running into P3 now with Nicholas Daly. This is going to be an intense battle, knowing that Nick Daly probably has a penalty. I cannot tell the penalties live like I usually can for y'all tonight due to some technical difficulties, but he should have a penalty on his docket. Probably a 10-second penalty. So for Cale Davidson, you have to think about this. Do I need to truthfully fight Nick Daly? Probably not. As right there, he's going to let him by, because Nick Daly is going to dive the corner deep. He's going to take second position. Now the battle is straightforward. For Cale Davidson, stick to within 10 seconds of Nick Daly. You have P2. Hello, Mrs. Davidson, once again. Your son is a very big fan of you as he's got you on the roll. He's running through right now in P3. He's doing a good job now. He had a little bit of an off race there. And in race 1, he was racing around 6th or 7th place, but the man is back in his moment, running in P3. He's got the overtake turned on, but only for a short while. Mr. Davidson, I'm not really certain. I'm not really familiar with your game. Took a little too much code there from my liking. We're going to continue to roll through the field here. It looks like we're getting close for a battle for 8th. Ben Fiore is on the back of Clint Halterman. What can he do? He has overtake available. If I'm him, after this chicane right here, I'm turning that son of a gun on, and I'm going for it. But Ben Fiore probably knows more than me, because he's not going to turn on the overtake. He's just going to let it ride. And off goes Clint Halterman into the sunset. He's running through there, through the kink, into the next set of chicane here. He's looking very good right now, getting through the corner. He's going to maintain the position at least for another lap, because the gap is just simply too large. Unless Ben Fiore proves me wrong here and gets a good run out of the corner, which he gets a standard run, Clint Halterman has the position for another lap. Running through the field again here. We turn our attention back to Cale Davidson, who's currently in P3. He is 1.3 seconds behind Nick Daly. He just has to maintain a gap of 10 seconds, and he will have P2. Now, Cale Davidson, I've got to give the man a little bit of respect here. He's driving that sleek silver livery right there. The man, he's got a stylish car. He's styling and profiling out there right now in P3. Man is on a mission. But all he has to do is keep it within 10 seconds, and he probably has P2. Jay Cummings in P4. He's 2.7 seconds back. He also would take advantage of that time penalty. In fact, if my math serves me correct, the first car that would not take advantage of that time penalty is looking to be Lucas Moody. And Nick Daly would actually fall back to P6 right now, but Lucas Moody is within 0.4 of a second of Philippe de Rosier. He's got that Pepsi sponsorship, that lucky son of a gun. But, I really want that because, I'm a big fan of Pepsi myself. But here he goes. He's in P7 right now. He's going to look to dive to the outside, dive to the inside, dive to the outside again. No, he will not. He's going to settle up his move here. I like this man. He's calm. He's calculating. He's playing checkers, or he's playing chess Well, Philippe de Rosier, he's playing checkers. We're going to get out of the corner here. He's going to turn on the afterburners, and he's going to go after the man. Well, you know, I go after a set of mozzarella cheese sticks after a long day at the sweatshop. He's going to run deep into the corner here. He's going to take that gap down to about 0.4 of a second. Running through the corners here. He's doing a great job. Looking through another set of corners here. The man's on a mission right now. He's sizing up his opponent. He's taking these few corners to see, can I see an avenue here? Can I find a mistake? Can I dive in here? Can I dive in there? What does he have that I don't? He gets a little bit unsettled there, get a little bit unsturdy, if you will. He's about that business, though. Back to Fiore, the medalist for 8th. His opponent is Clint Halterman. Clint Halterman is defending like a lion. But a little bit of a lock up there, a little bit of a lock up there from Clint Halterman. He defended a little bit too hard there. Ben Fiore, does he have something for him? I don't know. But the man is going to try. They dive it deep into this next section of chicanes here. If I'm Ben Fiore, I'm settling the corner early. I'm getting back to the gas now. He gets back to the gas later. He's not going to have the advantage in the next corner because he's simply losing the toe. Ben Fiore is not going to make the pass here. He's going to have to really settle up that last corner. He's going to have to try to find a way to get back on the gas sooner. If he can find that way out, he'll make the pass. Halterman gets the better run off the corner by entering in wide to start. Fiore has to find a way to lunge or he won't make the pass here. He's going to have to try to find a way. He dives in, he dives in, he dives in, he's lunging. Not enough. Halterman survives for another set of corners. Back up through the field, we got Lucas Moody fighting against Philippe de Rosier again. It's only 0.3 of a second of difference. He is really edging him on right now. You got P6 and P8 fighting for their dear lives. But man, what a battle. But Philippe de Rosier, in his battling, has actually caught up to Luis Diaz. Right now, that's 5th place just ahead of him. Now, if you're Lucas Moody, you're getting a little bit giddy inside. You've got, oh my goodness there! What happened? It looked like de Rosier just simply braked a little bit too much there. Moody wasn't expecting it. He's going to need a new change of underwear. And now he gets through the gears. He's charging back up that overtaking, used a little bit of it. Look at the man drive. He gets deep into the corner there. He's holding it firm. What a way to stick it in that corner, but he stuck it in the wrong one because he needed to get a run off this corner. It didn't happen. They're passing the lapper. I don't know what it was. That's Jake Cummings. Jake Cummings is slow. Jake Cummings is slow. What happened to Jake Cummings? He's at P7. Lucas Mooney's just made the pass, the last of the late breakers. He gets around Philippe de Rosier. That's P5 for him. But Philippe de Rosier didn't lose any positions because he's in P6. But Jake Cummings now is down there in P7. I wonder what happened to him. I'm looking to get a little bit of a replay here, but it's going to take me a minute. We're looking through the field now. We're right now, look at Jake Cummings. I don't really know exactly what to deal with right now. He's looking to get alongside. He's going to take alongside. He dives in the corner deep. What a pass from Jake Cummings. Good show, sir. He gets it back to P6. Philippe de Rosier has to settle for a loss. He takes it back to P7. We're still looking for we have a replay as to what happened to Jake Cummings. Can we figure out what happened to him? He gets through the corner here. Took a little bit more curb than I would have liked. He got a little bit of gravel. Oh, that left rear tire. Remember when I say these people are taking too much curb for my liking? I'm giving these people advice now, and they simply don't listen. That's what happens there when you take too much curb for my liking. You simply touch the gravel and you lose a couple positions. Now, lucky enough for Jake Cummings, the man has more talent in his pinky finger than I do in my entire body. He's already back up to P6. But we got Lucas Moody right there. He's going to have to defend like a lion against Jake Cummings right there, who's only 7 tenths of a second behind. Nick Daly now Cale Davidson. Back to Jake Cummings again. He spun around. He took too much curving for my liking once again. It's like these people don't even listen to my advice. Not like they can even hear me. But still, The man took too much curbing. The car doesn't like it when you do that. Now he's in P9. We don't need a replay. We saw it firsthand. The man sent it in too deep and took too much curb. We got Ben Fiore now. He's actually taking a little bit of advantage of that mistake from Jake Cummings. He is now up into P8 with Clint Halterman up into P7. An excellent move for them. A message of the day for the fans of Cale Davidson. He is losing the gap to Nick Daly. He has lost 5 seconds on Nick Daly. He cannot lose another 5 seconds or else he will lose out on that 10-second penalty that was probably incurred on Nick Daly for punting Atheno Leclerc. That's not good if you're a Cale Davidson fan because you want to see him finish P2 to try to keep up the fight with his teammate R. Muhammad Alif, who right now is driving off in another zip code. These guys are in Germany. This guy's in the Netherlands. What on earth did he just do? Did we just see an R. Muhammad Alif mistake on live television? I need a replay. We need to go over exactly what just happened. I mean, my God, the man took too much curb. I said he was driving out there in the Netherlands. He's probably now right back into Germany because he just lost 2 seconds to Nick Daly overnight. The man's got to settle down because that mistake, if you repeat that mistake again, good sir, your win could be in jeopardy. As we run through the field now for Nick Daly, fortunate enough for him, his 10-second penalty is going to keep him on the podium right now because Luis Diaz is losing ground to Cale Davidson. He's 6 seconds behind Cale Davidson. And so Cale Davidson right now is looking to keep his P3, but is looking to keep his P2 based on penalty. But then we got Luis Diaz. He's currently in P4, P3 in Stu. Lucas Moody behind him, 1.7 seconds back. So we run through the field here. The closest battle is for 7th right now amongst Clint Halterman and Ben Fiore. Ben Fiore, I've already talked about him tonight, but I'm going to talk about him again. The man is on a drive of his life right now. In P8, an excellent run for the man. He will get excellent points towards the championship. The points-paying positions for the second race of this dead-language German Grand Prix is 1 through 10. It is Formula 1 style points. Ben Fiore, we're going to ride along him a little bit out of Marist College. He is in P8. He is running hard, running strong. He has overtake available against Clint Halterman. I would use it on this long straightaway coming up. Is he going to settle up for it? No, no, no. Don't take it too early. Settle up this corner here. Use some overtake, good sir. Get on the throttle. Use some overtake. Attack him. No, what are you doing, Ben? P7's right there. You've got to use some overtake eventually, good sir. I know you've got plenty of it. They've run through the curbs here. Halterman took a lot of curb there. He got loose. He got loose. That's Ben Fiore's tall right there. He's going to take the corner high to start. He's going to get the good run. Ben Fiore's on it now. Look at the man just run through. He's going to take that toe, get that side, get that draft. What can he use with it? This is the point here. This is the point of no return. Is he going to dive it deep? He dives it deep, but he doesn't dive it low. No, Ben. Come on, man. We were rooting for you there. That's just the move you're supposed to make. Take some risks, man. You got 5 laps left. I know you can do it. I believe in you, sir. We run through the field again. We got Lucas Mooney right now. He's only 1.1 seconds off of Luis Diaz right now in P5. Ben Fiore is going to continue to attack Clint Halterman. He's only 0.4 of a second off. But what a battle. What a moment. But we just got to take a minute to appreciate the racing that we have on hand. We've got good racing here tonight, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, callers, however you want to call it. We got good racing on our hands. Muhammad Alif has just set another fastest lap. He's no longer in the Netherlands. He's made it to Belgium. He's just driving away with it. He's not even in Germany anymore. We got Nick Daly, who is only 1.2 seconds away from getting any penalty that could have been thrown at him. which for Nick Daly, that's amazing. For Cale Davidson, step on it, good sir. You're about to lose the position that's still given to you based on penalty. Get on it. Ben Fiore, I'm begging you, sir, dive it into turn 1. There's not enough gap right now. Not enough gap. We're going to have to resettle it, man. We're going to have to resettle it and go after it again. We really need to see what's going on here. I'm being told that I may have a little bit of information on hand. Being told that it is confirmed that Nick Daly has a 10-second penalty. Cale Davidson has 0.6 of a second to go. You just made the move of the night. Holy Jesus, we need a replay of that because I swear to God, he just pulled off a move that you don't see here. He just went to the outside of the net. Holy mackerel. What did I just watch? Clint Holtzman's like, holy Jesus Christ. You just simply pull off a move I wasn't expecting. What on earth did I just watch? Clint Holtzman's going to take it back to the inside. Does he out to the outside? Does he stick it? He's looking to stick it. Can he get some side? No, he can't. Holy Jesus, stay on this battle. Stay on this battle. We're going to... No, I need no replay. I need this battle. Clint Holtzman. 10 seconds. Was there contact? I don't even know. He doesn't even dive it deep there. He's going to settle for it. I think there was contact. The man is a class act. He let the man have the position. Jake Cummings is back in his battle now. We're within 1 second of each other. My God, with 3 laps to go, we're racing for 7th. Jake Cummings has overtaken on his turn on the right trucks 2 button. There's Clint Holtzman. He's within 0.2 of a second. He looked to the outside. No, he does not. Jake Cummings turns off the overtake button. Now we're within 2. They're basically sniffing each other's rear tires right now. They can feel the air coming off of each other's diffusers. My God, we're so close. This is intense racing going on here with 3 laps to go. And it's only for 7th place. They're fighting for 6 points, people. This is CIL. This is Formula Collegiate Racing at its finest, and you're getting it here tonight here at the Nürburgring. We got Clint Holtzman right now in PA. He's looking at he's got a really difficult job on his hands because he's got a hound dog and Jake Cummings behind him in P9, and he's got Ben Fiore in P7 ahead of him. This is an intense battle that's going to come down to the very end here at the dead language for German Grand Prix for the FC here in the CIL. What can Clint Holtzman do? He's 0.4 of a second behind. Jake Cummings a little bit screwing up the corner. He's no longer in the conversation. But here we got Clint Holtzman. He can still do it. Will he use some overtake? I don't believe so. Can he? Will he? No, he won't. I don't believe he thinks he has a passing opportunity here. Clint Holtzman, the man is intelligent. The man is a mathematics master's degree student. He knows exactly how to calculate what he's got to do to get through these last set of corners and get the run off the corner. He runs it wide, a little bit of tire squeal. He gets off the corner. He's putting the limits on those rear tires. He simply said, "Sir, I want my gas pedal." And he's looking at the inside. He's looking back to the outside, looking back to the inside again. He tried to sell it, Madame. But Ben Fiore, with a mind made of unobtainium, says, "Sir, you may be playing chess, but I'm playing 5D chess in a multiverse simulator," because the man knew what he was going to do. Clint Holtzman, he's got 2 laps to take P7. Another battle that is going up through the field right now is the battle for 4th. Luis Diaz is only 0.6 of a second ahead of Lucas Moody. The state of ball is trying to get 1, 3, 4. For the fans out there that know that Nick Daly has a 10-second penalty, Nick Daly has beaten the 10-second gap. He's going to maintain P2 right now because Cale Davidson could not keep up the pace. If I'm Cale Davidson, I should be knowing that I have 0.9 of a second to try to get back. Muhammad Ali has taken the white flag of this race. Our Muhammad Ali is looking to win. We'll walk him through in a moment. I'm looking through this field. Intense battles. Clint Holtzman You've got one more opportunity. I want to walk you through this before we walk a leaf home. Can Clint Holtman do it? Turn on your overtake, good sir. Yes, he did. He turned it on. He's got 116 seconds left to go. He's got all 900 horsepower in that car. He's going to look to the inside. Last of the breakers. He dives in it deep. Oh, he's holy him. He's holy Jesus. Listen to my advice, and simply didn't have the brakes. But, sir, I applaud you for trying. He is back in P9, and he's spun it again out of frustration. Clint Holtman, no, 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 no. Hunter and Dusty takes P9. Let's walk a leaf home. He's heading in the last set of corners. The man had to fight from P10 up to P1. He did it with grace. He did it with class. The Singaporean slinger. He's going to win another one. He sweeps the Formula Collegiate dead language German Grand Prix here from the Nürburgring, and he does it in style with the fastest lap at the last part of the race. The man just simply slapped everybody senseless. Nick with a second placer. Davidson needs to come up with 2 seconds and less than half a mile. Can he do it? The answer is no. He cannot. Cale Davidson will finish in third. Luis Diaz is going to come home, beating Lucas Moody to P4. And Lucas Moody then finish in P5. Philippe de Rosier with a race of a lifetime. P6 for him. Ben Fiore, he is going to come home to take P7. Another race of a lifetime, if you will. P8 is Jake Cummings, P9 is Hunter Hidesti, and P10 is going to be Clint Holtman. This is the last points-paying position. I've lost my voice, ladies and gentlemen, but what a race. What a moment. The rest of the cars will come behind. They will not be scoring points overall, but they could potentially be scoring points in their respective class finishes. Our Muhammad Ali has won the race. And our podium tonight, we're going to get our podium finishers up in here. We're going to have 3 interviews. Our Muhammad Ali is going to take the interview for winning student and winning the overall. Nick Daly is going to have the interview for winning alumni and P2. And Cale Davidson's going to have the interview for P3. We're going to have 3 interviews here for you this evening. We're going to get them to you as soon as possible. Our Muhammad Ali, the race control, the race control center at Ball State said, "Burn it down, son. We don't need that virtual engine." He is going to give us a good show of some smoke. The man is on a mission, and it is absolutely, it is just an absolute battle, a win, an excellent race. He has done what he had to do tonight. He's won the race. We're going to try to get our three podium finishers here in our little chat here. I think we need to summon them into our chat tonight. You know, we've had an excellent race here tonight. I've lost my voice. I really don't know what else to say. It was an excellent race to call. A privilege to call this race. What a race to call, what a race to be a part of. I mean, I'm out of breath. I apologize to all of the viewers out there. I gave it my all tonight to call this race. This has been a hard race to call, but we'll take P3 first when we can get him. We'll have Cale Davidson in here.
What's up?
Mr. Davidson, welcome to my podcast. I've been I've only got a few questions for you, and I want to have a small chit chat with you. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. I mean, I just finished calling a race, man. I think I lost my voice there for a little bit, but Cale, I just want to know, what did you have for dinner this evening?
Nothing.
You
Um,
haven't had dinner yet?
I think I woke up this morning, had a bagel, went to my classes, I swam. So I think it's just a bagel and an energy drink so far. Oh,
Man,
and a liquid IV.
man, you need to get some food in you. Now let's
I know.
talk. Now let's talk some racing. Describe to me your races tonight. How are you feeling about this whole affair?
Mm, I think a good word to describe it would just be meh. Uh, not great, not bad. I'm just there. I went up to a leaf after the second race and I was like, you know that song where it's like sunshine, lollipops? I feel like that was just playing through my head the entire time and I was just dilly-dallying around the track, but yeah.
Well, Kale, I know your mother watches these races. I'm going to have a chit chat with her about how the fact you don't eat during the day because you sir need to keep yourself nourished and fed. Before you go tonight, is there any people you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out our esports director, Dan Marino and BK. Shout out all my teammates here at Ball State. And then also shout out Indy Hood Rats and my mom, dad, and then my grandma and grandpa. And that's all.
Well, very cool, sir. Very cool. It's been fun chatting with you tonight on my podcast. As always, keep racing, my friend, and we'll see you very soon.
Thanks for having me.
Now we're going to bring Nick Daly to the stand. Nick Daly, good sir.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to my podcast. I just want to ask how you doing tonight.
Yeah, doing good. Wish I had a bit more pace for a leave, but that's how it goes.
I do have to ask for you, good sir. Just overall, just talk me through racing a Leaf. Like, was there potential to race him? Was there hope of racing him, or was it really just maintain your own race?
Yeah, I wish I could say there was some hope, but no. I mean, when you're almost, I think it's about 7/10 a second per lap quicker than me, so I was really just trying to minimize the gap increasing as much as possible. So I think I had a bit better pace in the second race. I was able to run more, closer to mid 36s there. So finished, I guess, 9 seconds behind him in the second race. So yeah, happier with the pace improvement from race one. But yeah, this car's been pretty tricky to learn and get quick in.
Well, sure. It's been a pleasure talking to you this evening. Anyone like to shout out before you go?
Yeah, shout out to Downforce Racing and the UTA Racing team. And thank you guys for putting on a great league.
Thank you, good sir, and as always, keep racing, my friend. And lastly, we are going to bring in our winner of both races, R. Muhammad Alif. R. Muhammad Alif. Good sir.
Sir, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. Welcome to my podcast.
Oh yes, I
I,
heard from Kale. Yeah.
I definitely, it was an interesting race tonight. I just had to ask you, how you doing?
Pretty good. Sweaty, but yeah, pretty good.
Sweaty. Sweaty. It sounds like you were having a bit of an intense race there.
Yeah, just trying for fastest lap at the end. Really, that was pretty much it because I know fastest lap has like championship points. So yeah, it was a good race. Clean sweep again. So happy with that.
Oh, sir, going for fastest lap like you're Lewis Hamilton himself. He would be proud. I just gotta ask, I asked Kale. I'm gonna ask you too. What did you have for dinner this evening?
I had. What did I have for dinner? Oh yeah, I had like a rice bowl with like chicken and some veggies and some fruit. So
At
yep.
least you had more food
Yeah,
than Kale Davidson. You gotta send him back to the dungeon for that because
yeah,
that's just unacceptable.
yeah. That's how he operates, though. It's his normal, I guess. So yeah,
Hmm.
he can survive.
I
Yep.
see. Well, Mr. Leaf, just you, I guess really the only thing I can say is, do you do you enjoy these races? Are you thinking about is there competition, or is it like, what's going through your mind when you're out 10 seconds ahead and you're just dominating?
It's my teammates are doing backflips in the background. Yeah, that's a common occurrence. But yeah, honestly, just keep the pace there. Honestly, it was just a time attack competition, just to keep the pace up. I think it's always safer to push near the limit instead of backing off completely and making some unwanted mistakes. So that was really it. Saved up the overtake till the end, but pretty much, yeah, it was always fun racing, to be honest. But yeah, race two was fun with the start and everything. So yeah, overall we got the job done. So yeah.
All right, good sir. Anyone you'd like to shout out before you go?
Yeah, my backflipping teammates behind me, Kale, Lucas, um, my parents, and my family in Singapore. Shout out to them. Whole Ball State team, Dan and BK for all their support, and Dean Turner.
All right, Kale. I'll leave.
Thank you,
It's been fun watching you win tonight,
thank you, thank you,
and we look forward to watching it again. And as always, great. Keep racing, my friend.
thank you very much. Oh yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And that is gonna do it. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we had a race. I don't really know how to describe it because we had a just overall a a spectacle on our hands. Um, as many great minds have said before, we went car racing, and that we did. Some people gained, some people lost, some won, some did not. In the great battle of position, fuel, octane, rubber, asphalt, only one can win. And tonight, those winners was our Muhammad Ali. Daily won along the races, but our Muhammad Ali took the field downtown as he continues his march on another championship in the Formula Collegiate World Championship. We would like to thank once again our sponsors of the race tonight, the death metal band Dead Language. They are celebrating their debut single, Lingua Mortua Lingua, a Latin death metal band. You can stream that song wherever songs are streamed, Spotify, Apple Music, and the like. A startup band from the upstate of South Carolina. My name is Nick Stockner. I was the man with the fortunate privilege of talking you through these races tonight. We will be seeing you tomorrow night for a Collegiate Prototype Challenge race at Belle Isle. And then on Monday, where we return for the Freedom 250, presented by Flowtech.net at Daytona International Speedway, where our headlining NASCAR Cup Series race cars take on 250 miles of the Daytona International Speedway. My name is Nick Stockner. I am signing off here, and as always, keep racing, my friends.